Hey guys, how we doing? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. So exciting times. We have some places left to come and join the next 28-day challenge, okay? And I'm going to go through 4 areas or key areas that I feel the majority of the people get the most benefit from when they're doing our 28-day challenge. It's the 4 areas that I feel the majority of men lack anyway. And over a combination of poor routines, misplaced priorities, lack of focus. It's kind of like a culmination of reality kind of getting on top of individuals and their routines. And the ball slipping, really, and us losing that focus, so to speak. So what I want to talk about are these 4 areas. And whether you're even interested in coming to work with me or you're not, you're still going to get value out of this. All right. The 28-day early bird price ends on Sunday night. So if you're looking to come and join us, you either got to a Sunday night or you've got to the next 5 places go. All right, 5 places went today. So I'm going to talk about these 4 areas. Now, the 4 areas I'm going to talk about are the morning routine, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, your planning structure, your exercise regime, and your accountability. All right, so I'm going to go through each one. Now, for me, I harp on about the morning routine endlessly. It is the non-negotiable routine. It's the one thing that you cannot slip up on. Now, the minute that alarm goes in the morning, you've got 2 choices. Number 1 is you can press snooze and go back to sleep, and you can wake up another half an hour frustrated, or you can own the fucking day straight away from the morning by clicking boom, let's go. Okay, and getting straight up. It's a couple of, in my eyes, when I wake up so I get up at 4:15 in the morning during the week, and those first 2 minutes is like being punched in the face, and it's uncomfortable and it's horrible, and you question why you're getting up, and you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck am I doing here? And that 2 minutes can sometimes feel like 2 days or 2 hours, right? And it becomes very overwhelming. And by the time I get downstairs and that 2 minutes is up, you're awake. Okay, you think about whenever you go on a holiday, right? You get up then and you get on with it. So there's like a purpose, there's a reason for you to get up when you go on holiday and you go into the airport. When you get up for that morning routine and you've beaten the snooze button and you're in the flow of things, you then have this period of time that you're not used to having, this element of freedom as a guy, which we don't often get because we're so bogged down with responsibilities, we're so bogged down with stresses, with distractions, with making sure everybody is okay. So we get very little time to ourselves as men. And one of the things that I found, go and lie down, one of the things that I found that really helped me was having that dedicated time between a period in the morning to when really the family woke up. So my morning routine goes from 04:15 to 7 o'clock. Okay, and then I have a routine when I come back in the house from 7, workouts, family breakfast, etc. But the 2 hours that I have and I walk, and you often see me do my Rise to Thrive shows, that is a 2-hour period where I don't have to listen to the kids screaming, or I don't have to listen to the potential future Mrs. Borbin moaning. No, you don't have to be up at 4:15 for the course, Kevin. Absolutely not. No, I'm going to explain that in a minute. But I'm away from the world, and the world is mine for 2 hours. And that's how I see it. I watch the sunrise come up, or I embrace the rain coming in. I embrace the snow when it snows. I embrace the heat when it's the heat. But I absolutely love it. And I love that time to myself to be able to clear the mental darkness that goes on during the day sometimes. And if you think about exercise, I look at the morning routine as your warm-up for the day to be ready to deal with people, situations, curveballs, stresses, and it allows you to get ahead of the day. It allows you to get up ahead of the day. Like Kevin said there, you don't have to get at 4:15. I don't expect anybody to get up at 4:15. What I expect for the people that come on a course is to make the effort to start getting up a little bit earlier. Now, let's say you get up at 7 and you've got to leave for work at 7:30. That leaves you half an hour. And that can create an awful lot of frustration. For me, the purpose is to walk out the front door fired up, in control, having clarity about where the day's going, not waking up, struggling to find your keys, not having time to have breakfast, scraping a coffee, feeling annoyed, and already have lost the day when you walk through the door. I want you to be the opposite. I want you to be passionate for the day. I want you to be driven. So if you get up at 7 normally, I would say to you, right, fuck it, let's get up at 6:30. Let's start with half an hour earlier, and then let's build. I enforce a 1% rule. That's showing up 1%. I can't change everybody at the same time. We can't suddenly go from being in a shit rut to being in control of our lives overnight. There are no shortcuts. There are no hacks there. It has to be done through following a process. And when we follow a process, we learn more about ourselves. We discover more. We build more resilience, more robustness, more consistency, more control of our habits, time, energy, and balance, and more clarity on the direction that we're going. And we build confidence along the way. And the things that we leave behind are anxiety, are low moods, are the feelings of dipping in and out of depression. Because we're in control, we're up, we're at it, we feel like we're achieving, we feel like we're fulfilled. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And that's where I think majority of men are missing, because they never feel like they're moving forwards. It's like the old hamster wheel, over and over and over again. I start work at 5 a.m. Monday to Friday, at 3 a.m. on Saturday. Don't make me wake up at 1 a.m. I would never do that. So, in a morning routine, we kind of want to look at a couple of things. So we want to look at activity. So whether you're going for a walk, whether it's a morning fitness routine in the house, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're doing yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, as long as we're doing something. And the activity is to get the mind working, to shake the brain, to get the body feeling like it's doing something. Again, it's the feelings of development and progression, like we're doing something. We're actually moving forwards 1%. Then we want to look at clarity. So things that we want to look at clarity is looking at our journal for the day. Just confirming what we've got ahead of us. What are the meetings? What are the deadlines? Where we're heading? What are we trying to achieve from the day? What are the top 3 things that we want from the day? The next thing is gratitude. So like grounding ourselves to actually how lucky we are to have a roof over our head, and actually realizing that the materialistic problems that we have really aren't problems. They are just like good problems. You know, sometimes I have to say to my clients, imagine just waking up with a sleeping bag and that's all you've got, and you don't know whether you're going to guaranteed food or water throughout the day. That's a real fucking problem. People that have lost their jobs through COVID, that's a real problem. And it really puts perspective in having that gratitude in the morning, being able to focus on what you have, embracing that and learning to love that, and not always wanting more, but just maybe the slight wins of improving yourself. Okay, and your morning routine, every man's morning routine will be different, and I think it's connecting it to what you want. What is your passion? What gets you going? Do you like listening to audio? Do you like reading a book? Do you like doing yoga? Do you like doing press-ups? Do you like going for a run? Do you like going for a walk? Can you learn? Can you grow in the mornings? And it's something that you naturally build. Remember what I said, you can't get to a great stage unless you've gone through a process. So you test different morning routines. You try something new. If that doesn't work, we don't do it again. You know, I've shifted my morning routine. I've started a brand new morning routine when COVID started. And it's probably the best routine I've ever had. But I had to go through that process to realize that the old routine wasn't working, and I had to change it. But it's the same principles, it's the same outcomes that we want at the very end, right? We want to feel in control, we want consistency, and we want clarity and balance. And when we have that time to ourselves, we perform better. We are the best version of ourselves, not just for us, okay, but for other people. We're the best versions of ourselves for the family and the kids, for our employees, for our peers, for our bosses, for our company. You name it. You are making sure that you are at the forefront by putting that time into yourself. What's the sacrifice? An hour earlier, getting up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour earlier, and that's slowly what we're working to. Okay, so that's the morning routine. The second thing is the planning and structure. One of the things that is huge on the 28 days for me is organizing your time and your energy. Now, when you were at college, right? When you were at college, you used to live your life just by a piece of paper like this. And on that piece of paper, okay, you'd have a timetable. of when your study times were, what classroom you've got to be in, what you're studying, who's taking it. And around that, you would plan in your study time, or you plan in your time with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You plan in when you're going to go and work at McDonald's or stack shelves at Tesco's to earn a bit of money as a student. You plan in when you're going to the gym. You probably don't realise it, but probably the 16 to 18-year-old version of yourself was probably more organised than you are today, because you were in an organisation that demanded you to be structured, to be organised, to be on class at time. So you followed that timetable. All I'm doing is reintroducing that process to you. I'm reintroducing the fact that we need a timetable with the 4 pillars on, so we have balance across the board, okay? So in terms of having the four pillars, it's health, relationships, personal development, and business. And what we do is we brain dump on a Friday night. You write down everything you want to achieve in those 4 areas. Things you're going to do for your business, for your career. Things you're going to do for your own personal development. Audio, courses, learning a language, improving yourself as a parent, reading a book. Your own business, what do you need to do to get your business growing? Or if you're working for another company, what tasks have you been given and how do you prioritize them? And your relationships, making sure you've planned in date night, make sure you've planned in time to get home, make sure you have a cut-off time. All of these considerations and factors we brain dump so we don't get overwhelmed. The biggest problems men are having is that they are just up to here with decisions that they're trying to make, with new things that they have to do, and we don't write a lot of that down, and it's like we're a sinking ship. We're like, oh my fucking God, there's too much to remember, there's too much to do. Fuck it, I'm going to have a beer and get myself pissed. And then we just go down that route, okay? So we need to be able to have a planning structure, a plan in place. So what we do is on the Saturday morning, we create this timetable. And this timetable tells us where we're going to be at what time during the week. So if I said to you, hey, Bob, tell me when you're going to be working out. You could go on the timetable. I'm going to be working out on my morning routine from 6:30 till 7. I'm doing 3 hits. And on Thursday and Friday, I'm going to do a run. Suddenly, you have control. Suddenly, you have clarity. Suddenly, we have consistency. So over the period of time, you right?
Yeah.
Over the period of time, you build up the 3 C's. Consistency of action, control of your time, your energy, your balance, and clarity of what you're doing. You know what you're doing for your work. You know when your date nights are. You know when your meetings are. You know when what you're doing on your morning routine. You know what you're doing for your own personal development. And suddenly you have a plan, and suddenly you go from being a complete and utter clusterfuck to being an organised human being that is managing their time. And sure, there are going to be curveballs. There are going to be bad days. There are going to be days when that plan just goes out the window. There will be days when you think, fuck this is not happening. But better to be an organised elite operator, having some clarity of their mission and dealing with that curveball, than being a shotgun clusterfuck, then having to deal with that problem and then allowing the anxiety and then depression and all the other low moods to come in and completely take over. When you have a plan in place, you are able to be more resilient. You're able to think clearly on your feet. You'll be able to react better mentally, emotionally, and physically. Then from that plan, we create the 4 most important points, 1 for each pillar, that if the week goes to rat shit, you've achieved those top 4 things. Okay, so your top goal in health, relationships, personal development, and business. And that's what we do. And on a Saturday morning, you display that on your morning accountability. Okay, and that says to me, he's ready to go. And by the way, we do it Saturday morning. I ask the guys to ensure that they finish it on a Friday night. So all they do is got a poster underneath the one that I do mine, and then they can enjoy the weekend without thinking, fuck me, what have I got to do? Sunday blues will be a thing of the past. Okay, third thing is exercise regime. Now, exercise doesn't have to be... The first thing I want to make clear is that we are not training to be athletes, like super fit, bodybuilding, 6-pack dads. We have responsibilities. We have mortgages to pay. We have kids to look after. We have reality to deal with. So I want to put in this box, are getting fit for life. We are getting fit to have energy, to be able to last more than 2 minutes in bed with your missus. We want energy to be able to last 2 minutes longer than playing with the kids before you're exhausted. energy to get through the day in dealing with demands of your own business or growing your business or growing your career. You want more energy to be able to play with your children at the weekend, to be able to play five-a-side with the boys. Okay, it's not about looking in the mirror and go, I've got a six-pack. It's about being inside, developing yourself inside out so that you feel comfortable within your own skin and you can look in the mirror and say, I'm quite happy with the way that I look. More importantly, the two other ways that you should feel like you're progressing more than ever is mentally and emotionally, because when you're mentally and emotionally above water, head above water, you are in a great place because you feel good and everyone sees the benefit of that. You're the most important people to you, the wife, the kids, the family, your clients, your peers. That is where the success comes from, having a strong exercise regime. We're able to vent our stress and frustration. We're able to prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to be able to be turbo focused. And I'm not asking for a lot for you. There's 168 hours in 1 week. The minimum requirement that I want is 1 hour a week worth of exercise, of dedicated exercise. You could do 20 minutes, 20 minutes a session. You could do 6 10-minute sessions. Okay, that's what I'm doing at the minute as part of my recovery. I'm doing a 10-minute workout every day. It doesn't sound a lot, but consistently done, it really makes a difference. And I want to put that into perspective. I'm not expecting people to come in and throw fucking 40-kilogram kettlebells around or doing stupid complete routines or sending people to gym. It's whatever regime you want. There's fitness plans there for you to follow or there's not. But it's simply about grounding yourself and understanding the benefits of having an exercise regime, and there is exercise in your life. And understanding that the benefits are there for you. And you can even include that in your morning routine. Okay, you can make time for it easy. By the time I've done this video, you could have done a 10-minute workout. Okay, the last one is accountability. Now, without accountability, the whole world falls down, right? So, I'll give you a scenario, and I always use this scenario because it seems to happen all the time. My boy, when school was on, he'd come home. He'd go straight upstairs. And what he'd end up doing is taking his uniform off, fucking leaving it on the floor. Then he would switch on his PlayStation or his Xbox and start playing Fortnite. And all I can hear is, oh my God! Like ranting and raving on his Xbox. So I let him have half an hour after school, always. And I don't want to be on his back right away. So I then go upstairs and I walk in and go, okay boy, that is not going to pick itself up. I want you to hang that up right now. I want you to switch that off. I want you to go downstairs. I want you to fucking make your... I don't swear. Sorry, it's just the flow. I want you to go downstairs, make your packed lunch, and then want you to do whatever chore it is that he's got to do. So he does that chore. He then makes sure that he does his homework. Once I've checked the homework, we then have dinner. Then he can have more time on. I don't care if he's 13, 16, 17, and we have battles sometimes. But it's what the point I'm making is, without that accountability, he would sit on that Xbox till 4 a.m. and expect to be woken up at 7 a.m. because that's just the way he is. He needs that accountability. Guess what? 40-year-old men, 45-year-old men, 65-year-old men who I've worked with are no fucking different. I am no different. I have people that give me accountability, so when I'm slacking, I get punched in the face. When my guys are slacking, they get punched in the face. Not literally, but verbally. It's like accountability is the difference between someone that is here and someone that is here. And it's doing what you said that you were going to do. And having a mentor or a coach or the support around you to say, you signed up to this. You've said you would follow the 2 rules, which is to show the fuck up and meet me halfway. They are my 2 rules to working with me. If you cannot follow those 2 rules, do not even think about joining this program. Because if you follow those 2 rules, you will get the most out of the program. You will get the most out of anything you put yourself in a line to, okay? It's hard work, okay? It means showing up. It means that you're going to feel a little bit out of your comfort zone. It means that it's going to be a difficult process to actually get your head around and go, oh my God, we're really making changes here. This is not a quick fix. This is simply foundations to get you to where you want to be. You are not going to be the final product after 28 days. You are not going to have a 6-pack. okay? You are not gonna have the perfect days or live the perfect life. What you are gonna do is have the tools, is have the resilience, is have the focus, is have the know-how, is have the fire inside of you to be able to keep showing up and build momentum and know how to do this for the rest of your life. Because my mentality in life is that I'm gonna live to 100, okay? Who knows? So I wanna say I'm living to 100. So I have 58 pretty much 58 years left in my life. I'm not even at half time yet. And the problem is too many men think it's too late. Too many men think it's too late for themselves. Too many men think they can't change. Too many men think that too much has happened for them to change, which is fucking horse shit. You are just at the very start of your journey. If you are a 50-year-old man, you have 50 years left to live your life. 50 years to build up your fitness. 50 years to build up your mentality. 50 years to create the next 3 or 4 identities that you're going to evolve into. It never stops. We never stop. Ever. Can I read you one of your program again? Peter, 100%. Get yourself on there quickly. And that's where I'm just going to say that. Okay? If you want to come and join us. You know, I'm very much if I have to twist someone's arm or convince someone even more after that, then you're just not ready. You're not right for it's not that you're not right for the program, you're just not ready. Some people will not be ready. And you have to ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I listening to this? And this sounds, yep, I need to square this away. What are the things that are stopping me? Nothing really. He's a bit of a twat, but we'll crack on with that and we'll get over top of that and then we'll go straight in, okay? It's real work, okay? Based around understanding reality of what you have to live to. It's common sense theories, it's common sense practices and implementations. That's it. I need some water. Guys, if you sign up, I will see you in there. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. It's fine. If there are any questions, stick them in the comments box below. Tomorrow, 5:30 is the Rise to Thrive show. I want you to make sure that you're joining me. Let me see the commitment. We're building up a really awesome community at 5:30 in the morning. And that's it for now. Have a good night.